And if you want to go ahead, Vinny, I'll let you, because we're at 7 seconds for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, degenerate. Oh, nope, that's wrong. Wrong intro. Welcome to Stack to the Future on the Phantom Fighter. Nope, that's the wrong intro too. On the Terrors 89 and John M channels, as we have a meaningless Week 17 game to end our regular season. The New York Giants, who have a first-round bye, taking on the Los Angeles Rams, who are bags are packed and they're ready to head out of town. So I'll send it down to the field for John M and Terrors 89.
Yeah, sure.
So I've got, if I don't win this game, and I'm not expecting to, but if I don't, it'll be the first time I have a team finish with a losing record.
Yeah,
wow.
7-8, and if I lose, it'll be 7-8-1.
Yeah.
All because of that goddamn tie.
Yeah.
With the fucking Philadelphia Eagles of all teams.
So I'm eating popcorn and making shameless plugs on WoW.
We don't care.
I care.
You do what you got it.
Oh, hey. All my guys are going to run to the right here, so I better...
Giants, just to give you a heads up, John, there's been a lot of Week 17 injuries, especially running backs and offensive linemen.
Copy, killing all my guys.
Yeah. So, you might want to...
broken leg.
You might want to bench some of your starters and be careful. And if you don't, you get an injury, I'm not going to say I told you so, because I'm saying it right now.
No, I'm going to say it.
The Patriots, Bears, and Broncos and Packers have all lost a running back. The Colts and Cardinals have lost offensive linemen.
And the Browns have lost nothing. But you know what's going to happen, Vinny?
What? You're gonna?
I'm gonna accidentally beat you as the Raiders, but the Broncos are gonna get beat by the Patriots, and then my Raiders are gonna beat the Browns.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. And there's the all-world. What's it called? The all-time team. Merlin Olsen. Merlin Olsen with the sack.
Oh, was Merlin Olsen made the team? It wasn't Deacon Jones.
Merlin Olsen.
Deacon Jones made it.
Deacon Jones made it too, but Merlin Olsen also made it.
Well, good for him. I figured Deacon Jones would make it.
I was shocked. I'm still shocked at how many old school guys have made this.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I understand
Get the shit out of the guys.
why they're picking and who they're picking and who's not getting picked. Is, I still say that it's so hard to subjectively name this team that you can't really complain too much, but damn, Thurman Thomas not making the team is understandable, but they really missed a great athlete.
I'd rather
running back.
have Tony Dorsett than Emmitt Smith, to be honest.
Oh, I get that. Yes, O.J. Simpson did make it.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. That one is surprising because obviously he made it for his on-field play. But you almost would think that they would not put him on there because of the negative press that would come with it.
Yeah, but then you'd have that same argument for people like Lawrence Taylor, too.
I don't think there's any more negative press with OJ. I mean, OJ right now he's on Twitter and nobody's talking about it. He's just being a dumbass on Twitter, you know?
He's entertaining on Twitter. I'm not following him.
Oh, I follow him just because, not so much for what he says, but for his, for what people are... he'll say something, and everybody will just bring it right back to his ex-wife. Right back to the murder. I mean, no matter what he does, he made a comment about how somebody was killing it, and like 100 people said, well, you would know what that is, wouldn't you?
Well, I mean, you're a celebrity, you're going to get trolled, right?
Yeah.
You're a celebrity, you're going to get trolled, so think about some of the ratios that's going on. Ratio that goes on with some of our liberal celebrity friends.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, have you seen some of the trolling the president has done lately?
Yeah, he is really triggering the media.
It's fucking
So,
hilarious.
Phantom, there are 4 teams left to be edited to finish the 1 o'clock games. They are the Ravens, the Eagles, the Texans, and half the Rams.
And half the Raiders.
Well, there are 4 o'clock. I was just doing 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Rams strike
some
first.
Texans now.
Okay. I finished the Falcons. I'm not doing any more because I
Hey,
have to work in
season
the
goal.
morning, so I'm
Roman
not sure.
Gabriel made 16 passing touchdowns.
I'm not sure I'll get through the whole game or not. If I do, we'll obviously try my best to advance this tonight. If I don't, I will take care of it as soon as I can tomorrow.
Now, just
I'm
out of
sure you're all-
curiosity, since we're all here, do we want to start the 64 season even though we're in the playoffs of 63?
I think if somebody gets fully eliminated and they're playing the computer, sure. But I don't think you should split. Like if like for instance, you got the Browns left, and your Rams, whatever game is ready. Just you.
Okay.
It's I don't know. I would say no, but
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it really matters. It seems like it would
Playoff
make sense to
shouldn't take long,
let 63 be done.
yeah.
I mean, it'll be the only time we can ever do it.
At it.
It'll be the only time we can ever do it until the next time.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I understand, but I just, I mean, if we had all 32
Fucking Rosie
teams
Brown.
edited and ready to go, then I don't see why not.
Okay. I'm just throwing that out there.
We're still only in the third quarter of this Bulls Trailblazers game. Holy shit!
What the hell?
Yeah, so
Second set.
set that Soundwave channel. He's got a couple more 66 teams done. He had a simulation up earlier with the Rams.
Megatron holding them done.
Oh, also, so I know you said, like the Ravens, do we really care if they're playing the Eagles? I mean, should we just focus on making sure the teams, look good, that they're actually going to be broadcasted the first week? Or
Well,
do you
yeah,
wanna
that's
make
why
sure
I
they're all
skipped. That's why I haven't worried about the Ravens and Eagles, but once you're done,
What the fuck? Oh,
the
I
Texans,
dropped it.
the Texans and the Rams are done. Ravens and Eagles are the last 1 o'clock, so I don't know if we want to worry about it or put them on the back burner and just do the 4 o'clocks to play.
Yeah, I would rather do like the Redskins that play the Steelers than worry about the Ravens. Just
Okay.
so we're not stuck because of editing. You know, if the Ravens still get edited till week 2 or 3 or whenever they play one of us, that's fine
Hey,
with me.
Terrors, do you follow a channel called 80s Football Cards on YouTube?
80s football cards?
Yeah. 3 words.
Maybe.
80S Football Cards. He uploaded a game from 87 today, the Saints and Steelers.
Really?
Yeah. I'll send the link before the NFL takes it down.
Yeah, the NFL hasn't been doing a lot of that lately. It's
No, they haven't really. It's been peaceful. Basketball's getting hit, especially this one channel that uploads called Toronto's. All his games, they're not getting worldwide blocked, they're getting blocked in America. And he had a lot from the 87 season.
Well, I know that, at least from what I've seen with the NFL, they only block at the beginning, right before the beginning of the season, like during preseason, and during the playoffs. That's when they go
Right,
out
so
and start going crazy.
But yet they had a live stream the other day that went 34 hours of their own games. So hopefully they're going to start uploading again.
It'd be awesome if they did that.
I don't know how many games they put on there, but you figure if it's each game's about 2.5 hours based on editing, that was a good probably 16, 17 games they live streamed.
Banhammer.
Oh, this was the game. 66 Rams and Cardinals, what he put up. His broadcast went 38 minutes.
66?
I'm assuming that's this latest season he's done. He's got a 95, a 77, his favorite teams, and then now 66. So he's really cruising through roster sets. I don't know how his ratings and all that look. I haven't really looked at his roster yet. We know with I Teach History, his ratings are really based on realism. Kappa Classics does the minimum, which is good and all, but he'll use an I Teach History roster and then just change the year from whatever, like say 80 to 70. So you'll have in the free agency you'll have 2019 and 1980 free agents. Now Soundwave, I don't know if he does this to all of them, but in his free agents for his greatest, like say he did the 95 Colts, he'll then put in the free agency 2006 Colts starters.
Oh yeah.
Just the starters. Yeah. Oh, nice move.
Have you downloaded any of his rosters yet?
I have not. Well, I've got 77 and 95, but I haven't looked at them. But I definitely want to get that favorite teams one. And
oh yeah, did you say that was out?
yes, it is.
Okay, I might actually go get it now. Just take a look at it while we're talking about it.
That would be a good one for a fantasy draft.
Just joking. See how different he is what I meant.
Yep.
For some reason, I can get easily distracted when I'm doing editing. So I got the quarterbacks done, and now I'm distracted.
I got kind of creative. Like I made the Falcons kicker. I named him. We had a kicker in high school who was our starting center, so he was a big boy. So I made him, but I made his name Tim Turner, and then I made him even larger. I put him 400-pound kicker, and I gave him the largest possible shoulder pads you could have. So he's the 64 version of John Tenta, but he's a kicker.
Okay, the question is it offensive or defensive pass interference? It is defensive pass interference. Fucking seriously, he went up for the ball.
Wow, I'm surprised by that. I thought it was going to be offensive. It's like all the years we've been playing, I should say. The computer's like, you know what? We're just going to have...
Do you know the exact... Is it Soundwave what?
Oh, man, hold on, let me scroll back up.
It's like the game is just...
This is his YouTube channel. I don't know if it's the same.
Oh.
Trying to make your life hard, John.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I've gotten quite a bit away from it. Soundwave 8177 Rodriguez. You can catch him on YouTube if you wish. John, you see the snow warning we got going on for Sunday into Monday?
I saw a little bit about it.
I said we got a 8 to 12 in our area. I think you guys are supposed to get a little more.
Listen, I got 8 to 12 for you.
No, you don't.
Okay, maybe I'm lying a little bit.
Have you guys downloaded the CFBM 19 Lite?
Wow.
No.
What was that?
So if you download that,
what?
Then you go to play
against who? Did you
an exhibition game? You can play.
It wasn't that
with the NCAA.
My guy, Alan.
Oh, right.
It wasn't that who I threw.
Well, I want to know why they're calling it within 5 yards of the line anyway.
That's weird.
Hey, we were talking about Sheamus last night. He made his return tonight on TV.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I saw. Did Alexa Bliss make it back last night too? Or
Yes, she did. She came back tonight to help her buddy Nikki Cross.
God, she's gorgeous.
Yes, Nikki Cross is, but
yeah, both of them are. But
that's my choice.
I
like Alexa. Don't get me wrong, but Nikki's more my type. Dark hair and screamer.
And you'd know this how.
That's what I like.
No, I meant the screamer part.
Well, her character is a screamer in the rings.
Oh, that was good for his head. See if I can get a fucking drive started.
To be fair with these Rams, their defense is pretty okay. They just get tired a lot because the offense blows. I know I'm scored on you, but it's coming. Roman Gabriel is coming.
KXA, here's an interesting upload from David Von Peen's JFK channel. KXA radio out of Seattle, Washington from November 22nd, 1963. With 45-minute clip.
Wow, so he's got a lot of nicknames for the Bears.
Oh?
Olsen has got all 3 sacks.
Yeah. Is your your right guard the weakest link on the offensive line?
Must be right
so
now.
he puts the nicknames on their names?
Yeah, Walter Sweetness, Peyton.
Oh. I would end up going through it fixing all that. I like Night Train Lane, where the nickname is part of his
right in front of his face.
I have no idea.
But Jim McMahon, no. You know, by the time you get to the 80s, unless it's like Boomer
dude.
or Icky, the nickname wasn't.
Hampton.
Oh,
we are into the second quarter, by the way.
Steve Mongo McMichael. Oh, but he doesn't have William the Fridge Perry. He just has William Perry.
Well, to each their own. I'm not sure I like that.
In this corner.
Anyways, let me just check out the ratings here real quick.
The answer is no.
The highest rated quarterback is Tom Brady. Makes sense.
Yeah.
He was pretty good in 2007.
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Dan Marino second.
That's not bad.
But, well, I mean, it's like an all-time greats.
Wow.
It's his best era.
Teams.
His version of best era.
Yeah, I was going to say they're a little high, but I think the best era ratings are kind of high too. So, because there's so many great players.
That was funny.
That was.
That's Roman Gabriel right there for you. Guy wide open in the end zone and overthrows him by like 20 yards.
It's after midnight on the East Coast.
Ooh. Don't give Gizmo any food.
Oh,
Gursky.
I'm not sure I believe. He's got Walter Payton.
I must be against the wind. Am I against the wind?
I don't remember.
That's because it's telling me to punt the ball. So I must
to punt the ball.
Yeah, I must be against the wind.
Yeah, then you must be against it for a 40-yard attempt. Just nuts.
Well, it'd be 50. So.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, my bad. I did the math too fast in my head and I forgot the 10. Oh, at least he didn't catch it there. I was happy with that.
Well, I'll tell you what, the NFL is all in on the Bills. Here's a video they uploaded today breaking down Josh Allen's career day against the Cowboys. I've seen a lot of bandwagon comments, too, around the league on various posts. And instead of the old same old, oh, it's the Bills post, people are actually saying, oh, I'm rooting for the Bills now. I like the Bills. I like this Josh Allen.
Okay, why were the Bills players celebrating like they beat the Patriots? Right. I've seen like all sorts of videos like they just conquered like the greatest team ever, and I'm like, okay. The Cowboys are 6-6. They'd be out of the playoffs if they were in any other division at this point.
I think you're seeing that because it's the Bills and it's national television Thanksgiving. But I would be almost willing to bet that a lot of players mock the Cowboys when they beat them in Dallas. A lot of teams do that. just because it is the Cowboys. And you hear sometimes like the Giants, like Eli writing messages on their bathroom walls and stuff like that. So I think it's not.
They haven't done that since they built that stadium, but yeah.
Right, but I think it's that it's a team beating the Cowboys in Dallas on national TV kind of goes to their heads.
Went to their head. I heard they were demanding what's his fucking jersey or whatever.
Didn't hear anything about that.
Prescott's or whatever.
Well, I saw like some of the players were like going, now I know why you haven't paid Dak Prescott. Blah 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 blah. I'm like,
oh yeah, that was Shaq Lawson.
Really?
Yeah,
That's, Dallas hasn't done anything in 26 years, but Buffalo hasn't done shit ever. So, well, since 1963. So, why don't you guys?
65.
Sorry.
Hasn't won anything since 65.
But I'm just saying, it's like interesting hill to climb up, guys.
It's I mean, if you want to judge them based on the way we perceive sportsmanship, yeah, it was bad taste. But
I don't think it was bad taste.
Childish.
I still
childish game nowadays.
My belief that the Bills, they've got a good core going on right now, but they are not as good as the estimations are.
I wouldn't say anybody is overrating this team, but there's definitely some bandwagoners jumping on after yesterday. You gotta remember, nobody's seen them.
Than they should probably have.
Nobody has seen them up until yesterday. So, because that was the first national televised game they've had since the playoff game 2 years ago, where it's an entirely different team now.
I think next year they'll be a lot better.
Oh, see, what's important about this year, and I've said it in a couple of my videos, is they are learning how to win this year.
Yeah, against really great. Easy teams.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You got to win. A lot of teams that come out of nowhere and surprise.
Come out and say that the Patriots, and usually it's at the beginning of the season, but nobody ever reevaluates midway through the season or anything like that about an easy schedule. And you look at the Bills' schedule going through the season, and arguably it's a fairly easy schedule as the teams progress, and you see who's shit and who's not.
Oh, I'm not arguing that point with you. I'm just you gotta play the schedule you're given, and this year we drew the NFC East.
Don't get me wrong.
And the AFC North.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I understand the whole any given Sunday concept.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. That can fucking look at the fucking 18-1 season. I mean, come on now. There is no reason the Giants should have won that game, but they did.
Right. Well, that's the beautiful thing about football. Yep. I can remember somebody commenting after Super Bowl 25, and it was one of the studio guys, that you line those Bills and those Giants up and play a 7-game series, the Bills win 4-1. However, they lost game 1. And in the NFL, that's all that counts.
Yep. Because, I mean, you can't argue that the Bills in the 90s, 4 straight fucking Super Bowls, those guys were fucking phenomenal. But somehow that last game just escaped them.
Well, once you lose once and then you lose another, you get to the third, and now by the time you get to the third, things, if you remember correctly, they were actually leading Dallas at one point. They had blocked a punt, Thurman Thomas had scored a touchdown, but then all of a sudden, Aikman hits Irvin, there's a fumble, scoop and score, it's 14-10, and bam, they're just to go into the tank because mentally they can't handle it.
Yeah.
There was a story the following year against the Cowboys. There was a story in the pregame show about the Vikings losing their 4 Super Bowls, and Ahmad Rashad was playing in his first one, which was their 4th, and you had players like Jim Marshall that had been there, for all 4 of them. And he was trying to go up and down the sidelines and fire them up when the Raiders got up early, and he said he could see that the team had already been defeated, and it was the second quarter.
Right.
So, and that happened to the Bills in that the first one they were in it all the way up until the missed field goal. The second one, the Redskins, actually the first quarter was scoreless, but then the Redskins dominated the second quarter, which is what they do in Super Bowls, or at least back then. And the Bills fought back late, but it was too little too late.
Oh.
And then against the Cowboys, it was just a case of, they were overmatched, and when they did fall behind early, there was no team of destiny, as everybody was calling them at that time. It was gone. And then the same thing happened in the fourth one, The Bills are leading at halftime, 13-6. They have the ball come out. Thurman fumbles the ball. James Washington picks it up and scores. Just ties the game. Thomas doesn't come back in the game. Probably one of the biggest negative spots on his career is that he did not come back out for the rest of that game, and the rest of the Bills just didn't have any more fight left in them, and the next thing you know, it went from 13-6 at halftime Buffalo to 30-13 Dallas.
Well, I think the Buffalo Bills' best team was the 1990 team.
Personally, I think 91 was better, but they were also had better competition. The Redskins in 91 were better than the 90 Giants. And
that tight end is slower than molasses, so he wasn't going to go all the way. I mean, I like the 91 team, but the problem is the Redskins were built to. The 91 Redskins were like the 94 49ers. Everybody was in to win that year, so.
Yep.
You know,
Mark Rypien was in a contract year, so he was playing for his contract, and he had a career year, best career year of his life. But the reason I know everybody else most people put the 90 Bills ahead of the 91 Bills because of how the performance in the Super Bowl. And I can't argue with that. But the reason why I like the 91 Bills better is Carwell Gardner replaces Jamie Mueller at fullback. Carwell Gardner's a lot quicker, a lot stronger. We have Brad Del Wieso kicking off, relieving Scott Norwood. Chris Moore is punting instead of Rick Tootin. Chris Moore was a much better punter. You know, it's the little things, intangibles, where now Bruce Smith was injured most of the season, so that's a negative against the 91 Bills. Where had Bruce Smith been healthy, who knows how much better they could have been.
The 91 Bills may have been better than the 90 Bills, but the 90 Bills were better than the 90 Giants.
Yep.
You know.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I just think the 90 Giants in that one game. I mean, I love Marv Levy, but Bill Parcells beat Marv Levy that game. You know, and I love Marv. Don't get me wrong. It's just,
you know, if there was ever a case where the losing team should have had the Super Bowl MVP, it should have been Thurman Thomas, not Otis Anderson.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. Otis had a great game, especially for his age, but it wasn't MVP caliber.
Otis had a great game.
He was given the MVP because there was nobody really stood out. Maybe Stephen Baker. But
Otis carried the ball so much in the second half on those time-consuming drives that were being, you know, that made the second half. Those 12 and 13-yard drives, you know. That's more.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Can you give someone an MVP just for holding on to the ball and letting the safety net be a touchdown? Because that was a pretty important play, too.
You know, that was, in my opinion, that was probably the most important play. Jeff Hostetler had the hand strength to hold on that ball, and Bruce Smith had a hold of his wrist. Because had Bruce Smith forced that fumble and recovered it for a touchdown, it's 17, instead of 12-3 at that time, it's 17-3. Giants don't recover. There's no way.
I think that's definitely one of the plays.
Because the Giants' game plan, because now the Giants have to, the Giants' game plan goes out the window at that point.
What was the score then?
It would have been 17-3 instead of 12-3. It's 12-3. The Giants stop the Bills, get the ball back, make it 12-10 before halftime. However, if it's 17-3, the Giants' game plan changes because now you got to put the ball in Jeff Hostetler's hands, and he just had a major screw up.
Yeah, it's a mental game.
Yep.
But I was going to say the reason I picked the 90 Bills over the 91 Bills for best era is just because of the fact that when I was paying attention in 90, I thought the Bills were the best team in the league.
Oh, yeah.
And then they didn't win the Super Bowl, but 91, I never thought they were better than the Redskins. So I was not surprised that the Redskins
that's funny.
beat them up.
No, what's funny is that, do you remember Sports Illustrated used to have this this writer, he's dead now, but Dr. Z Zimmerman, and he would pick the Super Bowl every year. And in 91, he picked the Redskins beat the Bills. And I got that, I had a subscription at that time, so I started, that was my first year of picking, and I picked opposite of him. I said the Bills would beat the Redskins. But I was amazed that he had picked the Redskins, because the year before they were a 10-6 wildcard team. You know, nobody was expecting, in my opinion, them to go to the Super Bowl after losing to the 49ers in the divisional playoff.
My team can't catch a fucking cold right now.
Dr. Z did, and so I went with it too, just because I was 11. What did I know? I just changed the winner. Excuse me. I've only been right. I've been making picks since '91, and I've only been right once in my career, my life. Ravens over 49ers in 2012.
I just watched something about the 2012 Ravens. Not that.
They had a Harbaugh Bowl Part 1 on YouTube, got uploaded by somebody.
Yeah. Not sure if it was that, because it was it was like a 4-minute thing.
Yeah, it was a short video.
Oh, yeah, maybe it was
Fair caught that?
Mm-hmm. This year I picked Chiefs beat the Saints, and so far the Saints are doing fine.
The Chiefs will be fine.
I don't see the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl at this point in the season. They're going to have a home playoff game, but it looks like right now it would be against the Bills. So obviously I would want to be wrong at that point.
Right.
Now that the Falcons are eliminated from the NFC, though, I can freely root the NFC for whoever I want.
Alright, she right there.
Catch the ball.
Might be the Saints, I don't know.
I'm sure it's going to happen sometime in the next couple of weeks, but if the I thought it might be the Texans, and then Lamar Jackson destroyed them too, and now I'm like, man, I don't know. The Ravens might end up going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they look really good. Maybe two things that help the Bills in that game upcoming is that they've got 10 days to prepare. It's at home. Not that it necessarily matters to Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
The other thing is that the Ravens have a hell of a game this weekend against the 49ers.
Yeah. I was going to say, if the 49ers defense is really fast, I didn't know how fast until I saw them beat the crap out of the Packers.
Oh, yeah. So I didn't think they were going to do that.
If they can do anything, but if Lamar Jackson shreds them, I'm going to... It's like, oh, wow. I don't think the Patriots are the favorites anymore. I think it's the Ravens if that happens.
I don't think the Patriots are going. I think the Ravens are going.
Yeah,
they definitely look like it right now. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting upload.
The Chiefs are underrated because their struggles. I think they'll be over them by the time the playoffs start.
Here's an interesting upload, Terrace. Mark Simpson, 98 Buccaneers at Jaguars.
Yeah, I saw that. I wanted to pick that up before that gets... Because the Jaguar games from 96 to 99 are so rare.
Yeah. Well, nobody was recording them because, well, at least not in my area, because they weren't on TV a lot. And especially in 96, nobody expected anything out of them, even in the playoffs. They're like, well, this is a fun little story. They went from 4-7 in the playoffs, but Buffalo beat them. Oh, no, they beat the Bills. Well, John Elway and Denver will take care of them. Wait, what? Yeah. They're in the AFC title game.
Freaking Brett Favre.
Wasn't that the year that both they and the Panthers made the title games?
Yep. Panthers beat the Cowboys.
Second season they were out.
Second season out, yep. They were expanded in 95, and in 96 they were one game away
Roman
from
Gabriel sucks! Fucking guy was open. Were you blitz? I didn't see. Did you get close to him?
I was close to him, yeah.
Okay, that must have been why, because...
How weak was the NFC if Roman Gabriel sucks and Norm Snead is one of the worst quarterbacks we have in 69 when they're both in the Pro Bowl? Obviously, they both did a lot better.
His vagina got scared, which is why he fucking threw the ball away.
Nice punt.
First of all, Roman Gabriel took a while, but he learns how to play soon. I think 65, all of a sudden he figures it out.
Yeah, he's got one more year.
I have no idea.
He's got one more year of being this shitty, but still.
I think the fact that the Rams kept drafting quarterbacks, too, kind of lit a fire under him and eventually says, you know what?
Yeah, because next year, the guy they they draft is the guy that starts for like half the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of them.
Terry Baker is that
either.
No, Terry Baker's cut. They drafted a new guy.
Oh, a new guy. Okay, Terry Baker's who you have now.
Yes. I didn't start him because Roman Gabriel started well.
It's going to be weird when Gabriel's actually one of the reasons the Rams win.
I won't believe it.
This huge I know you'll have this huge hatred for him, and so I wonder you'll still ignore him or let him win games.
That dirty son of a.
I have irrational hatred of certain players that are going to be on my team in the future. If we ever make it to the late 90s, Rob Johnson won't see the field for the Bills. I don't plan on playing Earl Morrall if I can help it
He's like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, with the Colts.
So when Unitas goes down, who are you going to start?
Well, Earl Morrall, obviously, they only had 2 quarterbacks on the team. Well, Tom Maddie, maybe I'll put him at quarterback.
There you go. In the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Especially if I end up playing the Jets. Whenever I play the Jets, yeah.
Oh. Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, that should have been intercepted.
Yeah, I've had a lot of those. Oh my God. I don't know what to do. I may have to call a timeout here.
Right.
Guys, watch the screen. You're going to see something.
Oh.
Oh, he's punting. Holy
What?
crap.
Hold on.
I'm
Are
calling
the Giants going into it's the end of the season, let's get to the playoffs mode?
Nope.
Uh-oh, is this are we going to see punting in the playoffs?
No,
Is
not
Glenn-
necessarily.
Well, he was on his
Glenn Griffin.
own 5-yard line, and it was 4th and 8.
Is
I
that
don't
number
care.
27 that just
doesn't
returned
matter.
that, or just stopped that punt had a modern uniform? John.
I don't think so.
Number 27 for the Giants. He was the first one down on the punt. He had,
You're not close, was he?
he was the first one down on the fair catch, but he had armbands around his elbows, and he had a short sleeve jersey.
No idea. I didn't notice that one. What's who's supposed to be number 27?
Hold on, let me bring it up. See if you're supposed to have one.
Pardon me.
So, if I'm thinking about this correctly, if the Packers win that simulation playoff game on your channel, Vinny, then they're going directly to Chicago, right?
Yeah,
And
I'm the 60.
Okay,
Packers
so
out of the
Giants
60.
will play the other one. Okay.
Yep. Giants to play the Saints Vikings winner.
All right.
Let's see. Almost there, John.
Well, if the Saints could somehow win, then obviously I'll root for the Cardinals and the Saints. But otherwise, the Vikings are the one team that beat me, so I don't want that. But the Packers are playing really well.
You don't have a 27.
Okay.
So obviously the computer signed somebody to your roster. That explains why he's in a modern uniform. Here's a YouTube video uploaded by Sinatra. Says, I got a vasectomy because of climate change.
What?
Did he just
Well,
upload
didn't you know
12 hours
the Gen
ago.
Zers and you millennials,
yeah.
or some of you millennials, aren't having
I
kids
follow him on
because,
YouTube.
you know, there are too many people on the planet.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was
I like
one
his
of
videos.
those No Nut November thing.
Oh, and the too many people is causing the
fuck.
climate change.
Yes.
And
It's the humans breathing the oxygen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like Sinatra.
They're called what's it called? Climate. Oh shit! They have a little thing going on because a whole bunch of them fucking went into the malls and laid down, saying consumerism.
Yeah, because that makes a lot of sense.
I can't remember what the hell it is. They're calling themselves climate. Shit! Now where's my phone?
Defenders or some shit like that?
No, it's something. Oh, fuck.
Climate shit? That's...
Well, yes, but...
That makes more sense, bro.
The Climateers.
Climate...
Yeah.
Mall.
Hey, did you see that? Did you hear that Kaylee Cuoco is going to be voicing Harley Quinn on DC Universe? This new
Yes,
cartoon?
it actually started up.
Yep.
I'd just rather see her dressed up as Harley Quinn.
Oh, yeah, that would be...
No, Margot Robbie's fine for me.
True.
Climate...
Can't really say anything bad about her.
If we're talking Big Bang Theory actresses, though, I don't know what her real name is, but Bernadette is
Oh my God, yes.
my type.
Climate extinction.
Just
Extinction
voice.
Rebellion groups. Extinction
What was
Rebellion.
it called?
Extinction Rebellion.
Oh, cool. Good for them.
I think they don't understand that if the planet wants us extinct, the planet's going to get us extinct.
Oh, yeah.
Nice
That's-
catch.
that- Did you see Stephen A. Smith's video yesterday that he did from his house?
I did not.
Toasting the Cowboys' loss?
Oh, no.
I assume you didn't watch it. That wouldn't make sense for you, but... As I said in my own video, I have an irrational hate for the Cowboys, so I enjoy when they lose.
An irrational hate?
It's irrational. It makes no sense. I'm not a fan of any of the teams that they play against all the time. But my hatred stems from my brother's
You're one of those ones that doesn't like it because... Catch the fucking serious! Madden doesn't want me to win this game. Madden
I don't
doesn't want me
I don't think so.
to tears at all this week.
Yeah,
I guess not.
I don't think so.
I don't like the Cowboys because of my brother.
Well, because your brother was a fan and in the 90s when they were dominant. I mean,
Yep.
I don't think I hate them nearly as much as, say, if in the 2000s when the Cowboys were 5-11 3 years in a row.
You're right. If we were born in 83 and 89 instead of 73 and 79, so I wouldn't have been really old enough to care in the early 90s. I started watching football in 88, so let's fast forward 10 years. If I started watching football in 98, I wouldn't give two shits about the Cowboys.
Right.
I would just find them.
I mean,
as
that's why Stephen
another-
A. Smith is so hateful of the Cowboys, besides being a Giants fan, because the Cowboys haven't done shit in 27 years now, and the Cowboys still get more press than teams that have won.
That's the whole thing with the Cowboys. It's the same thing with LeBron. It's the same thing for a while there with Tiger Woods, or ESPN. And I labeled the ESPN generation, but it's not just them. The national sports media has determined that this team is going to be shoved down your throat, and they do it whether they're good or not.
There's nothing to
you
challenge.
Look at Johnny Manziel. You look at Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel comes out of college. He's not that good, but he comes out of college with all this hype. And he stinks the joint up in Cleveland. He's got alcohol problems and all this. He goes to Canada to try to rehab his career. He should have gone up there quietly with no fanfare. But ESPN shows his highlights the day after a game in which he throws 4 interceptions. They show his highlights. They don't tell you who won the game. They don't give you a final score. The whole segment's about Johnny fucking football.
And
I'm sorry, but but the Cowboys get that it doesn't matter who their players are. The Cowboys get that kind of love from ESPN or any other sports media for just being the Cowboys.
Well, that's because I'm willing to bet you that the most watched games this year in prime time, every one of them of the top 10, I would be willing to bet you 8 of them have the Dallas Cowboys as one of the 2 teams that were played.
Well, they just said earlier, they released this numbers earlier, that this Cowboys-Bills game was the most watched Thanksgiving game in 26 years, 27 years. Going all the way back
That's
to
why. Because everybody either watches them to lose or watches them to win.
Yeah,
and,
it's the
and
same thing.
that's
with,
why they're,
Yankees and Red Sox.
Yeah. You know,
it's all they ever talk about.
Oh, yeah, I get it too. And being a Red Sox fan, I'm on the other side of that debate because I'm actually involved in that and have a personal stake in it. But I could see whereas it would be annoying to me if I wasn't following that series personally. Kobe Bryant was another one. Now, he was great, but even when he was struggling, he would lead off SportsCenter. The night he dropped 81, it was almost like there was no other sports happening that night. It was all about Kobe Bryant that whole morning. LeBron, who last year didn't make the playoffs and still would lead SportsCenter more often than not.
I kind of understand that a little bit.
It's the hero worship mentality.
Yeah.
But they decide who we're supposed to worship. And sometimes the players earned it, like Tiger Woods. He has legitimately earned all the praise he got for the way he played. But even after the problems he had with the divorce and the affairs and all that, he was still getting... They were showing his highlights, reporting on his score when he first came back and wasn't doing that well. We don't know who won the tournament, but Tiger Woods was 14 over par and didn't make the cut.
Right. Yeah, and just like with the Cowboys and the Yankees having so many people watch their games, it's a tournament with Tiger gets a lot more views than without.
Oh yeah, and deservedly so.
Yeah.
But when you're
dropping it when you hit the ground.
When you're not a fan of that particular thing, it gets really annoying.
Right. Yeah, I hear it all the time with the White Sox fans. Like, to me, there are some Cub fans that I'm friends with that absolutely hate White Sox and White Sox fans. But to me, I just think of them as irrelevant. Like, they're not really a team. I don't care what they do. They could win or lose. I don't care. But, and that's a lot of my Cub fan friends really just don't give a crap what the White Sox do or say. But the White Sox fans absolutely hate the Cubs. And then they're always like, 4 pages of the newspaper were dedicated to the Cubs and only 1/2 a page to the White Sox. They just hate it so much. Funny. But then again, if you look at the attendance, the Cubs draw 3 million and the White Sox struggle to draw 1. So, of course, you're going to cover
the White Sox stadium sucked.
Yeah.
Absolutely sucks.
I have always wondered personally why Chicago has 2 baseball teams. I get that Chicago's second city and all their huge city and all that, but it doesn't seem, because in the other sports, the second team is left. The Cardinals left the town 60 years ago because that city there was not a big enough fan base for 2 football teams. And the same thing goes with the White Sox. Is I get that they were formed in 2 different leagues around this, not the same time. The Cubs are much older, but I'm surprised the White Sox never left.
Well, where are they going to? I mean, yeah, I get it. Never mind.
Well, back in the '60s when teams were moving out west, Brooklyn, New York had 3 teams and lost 2 of them. Brooklyn and the New York Giants. I'm surprised the White Sox didn't pick up stakes and go, hey, San Francisco and LA just took teams. Let's go to San Diego. Or what's another city that? Everybody keeps talking about bringing a team back to Montreal, and that the common guess is the Tampa Bay Rays are going to be the ones to go. Of course, they're playing games up there, which doesn't help. But you never hear talk out of the White Sox. Never. There's no talk about them moving. So good for them, but I'm surprised.
Well, one of the reasons is because their owner is
for fuck's sake,
pretty big time in the ring of owners or whatever.
Yeah,
he's way up there. So
absolutely.
I think
it's still the Comiskey family.
It is the same guy that owns the Bulls. I can't.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Think of his name. Why can't I? Can't.
Yeah, I don't.
He owns the Bulls and the White Sox. Obviously, he's done a lot better with the Bulls, but he's more of a baseball fan than a basketball fan. Jerry Reinsdorf.
Yep. Okay. Speaking of that, the Bulls lost to the Trailblazers 107-103.
And so that's the other thing. If you own two teams in Chicago, you're not going to move one of them.
Right. But when it was the Comiskey family, I'm surprised that because it's not like the Chicago Cardinals didn't have an owner that was a big name in Chicago. The Bidwell family was huge in Chicago, but they still 1960 picked up and left.
Yeah, it is
for a while there in the 40s. There was actually 3 teams because the other league had the Chicago Rockets.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, I wonder if there ever was. Because again, I don't care about the White Sox. So I don't. Even if someone had once threatened to move them, I would have never cared. So I don't know if they ever were close to moving or not.
That's a good question.
If they move, fine. If they don't, all right.
This has got to be one of the worst games of the season.
Only, as far as I can tell, only New York and Los Angeles have ever successfully run two teams in their cities. Boston had the Red Sox and Braves for 50 years or so, but the Braves couldn't financially keep up with the Red Sox, and even though the Braves were the older team, the Braves moved. They went to Milwaukee.
Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna.
You're doing the Texans. It's famous
name I've ever seen.
Famous names in Texas history.
That was just good defense right there.
It's just
that's the other question, John. John, the other night when we were on without you, we were talking about if we stick with Sack to the Future for a full 30 seasons, which it doesn't seem like we're going to be able to because the game just won't let us. We will never hit the Houston Texans or the Baltimore Ravens from starting from 64. Would we rather have Terrors and Phantom create a dummy profile and move those teams to something so that we don't have 2 Houston, 2 Baltimore teams in the league? Now, obviously, I can't move the Colts back to Baltimore after that, because if we could, that would make it a no-brainer. But for some reason, you move a team out of the city, that city doesn't open up. But, put a team in Memphis and Toronto or something.
Yeah, that's fine.
They only have to do it for 5 weeks, and then once they get through week 5, they can pull their teams out of those cities and those franchises. And
you were talking about the Ravens and the Texans, right?
Right.
The only thing I wonder is if we do move them, should we just keep them as the Ravens and Texans, though? Because some of those created uniforms look... Yeah. Well, you can move them to Austin.
True. That actually wouldn't be bad.
Because I was just only going to say that because some of the uniforms, there's a couple decent ones, but there's some that look okay, and then when you go to play a game, you're like, this is horrible. Like just the way the numbers are on the uniforms and stuff, you're like, ugh. So I wonder if we want to avoid that.
I don't know. Move the Texans to Austin and then...
Or does it not matter because they're semi-pro anyways? Maybe they should be ugly.
Yeah, maybe.
Look at this god awful. Whatever.
I think we should. I like the idea, since this is kind of a history thing, to be able to whether we throw them to a spot where there's a USFL team or an old world whatever the team was in the other league in the 70s. I just think that would be cool to. Fuck.
Well, I mean, we do a little research. There's a YouTube video on there that goes through kind of sarcastically all the potential moves and uniforms.
Very sarcastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, awesome. Maybe move a team, see if we can move a team to Hawaii to make the Hawaii Islanders.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't.
Okay, or do the Memphis Showboats. There you go.
Yeah, that's one.
Memphis, but I think it's the Steamers. I don't think you can be the Showboats.
Oh, wow.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but do you really want to be the Memphis Steamers?
Well,
I mean...
Maybe that should be Baltimore, so they have all the name puns.
Just because they're not in Cleveland.
Maybe Maybe you should move the Ravens there so they have all the name puns like Enya Mouthhole and
Tackle it! What the fuck? How many times do I gotta push square to tackle? Ryan sweeps me on week 17.
I've been given it's with this game especially, and the game last night. Well, the Cowboys game, I got so many Madden's in my favor. It's just kind of
my guys just can't. It's the same issue I'm having across all the teams. They can't catch.
Yeah.
You know what? Though?
They're getting hit in the fucking hands. And they can't catch.
Yes.
Hopefully that runs out for the Colts Raiders game.
I'm sure you hope it does.
I would be foolish not to hope for that.
Hey, you know what? Like I said, I don't care if I lose every game, every team's games for the rest of the season except for one. I just want the Browns to win 3 more, and then I'll be happy.
Yeah. I want the Super Bowl to be the Colts and Packers. We all want something.
I got something for you, wanting.
Oh,
Thank you,
nice
Scott
catch.
Gifford.
Personally, I think the Cardinals are going to upset the Packers, and I'm going to lose to the Raiders and the Colts, and I'm going to have all my hopes on the Cardinals traveling to, first New York and then Chicago, if I can get through New York.
Throw the ball.
That's his first sack in the second half.
Is that fucking what's his nuts again?
Yeah.
So all the Cardinals have to do, theoretically, is beat the Packers, who had the 3rd best record in 63, the Giants, who had the 2nd best record, and the Bears, who had the best record, and then
potentially face the Browns or the Chargers. Yeah, that's all. That's all. Just nothing.
Take one.
He dropped it.
Did he fucking drop that?
Yeah. It was a pretty bad hit.
The thing about this is John can't even get any revenge. I mean, he can get revenge on other people, but he can't get revenge on Tears unless it's Giants and Browns or Raiders in the Super Bowl.
Of course. Wow.
I know you've thrown 3, but I feel like I should have at least 2 more.
Probably. At least 2, maybe 3.
Well, I'm pretty sure I probably got 1 during the same drive where I should have had another. Well, you've kept Deacon Jones from getting the sack. That was terrible defending. Don't like the defense I was in, man. Ugh.
Oh, fucking time.
So, by the way, that roster set, the ratings, some things bother me to where I know if I was going to use that, I would want to fix them. But the part I despise the most, the dressing, that looks pretty good for the people I looked at.
Nice.
But yeah. Just because, like I was saying before, Walter Payton, speed 94, that seems a little high to me, especially when Bo Jackson's 95. Walter Payton was not almost as fast as Bo was. I mean, he was a great running back, don't get me wrong, but it's flat out speed, no way.
That was weird.
What the? Oh, let's fill my mouth with parts. Ah, like what the fuck is that name?
You saw the Tampa Bay score?
Yeah.
Did they finish winless?
Yeah, well, I think so.
Falcons lead 17-13 with 9:25 to go.
Uh-oh, no.
Sam Huff looks injured.
Oh, no.
He'll be back.
Oh, why is he still in?
He was injured earlier this season anyway. I don't give a fuck.
John don't care.
All right, that's cool.
Go where the hole is, you fucking worthless piece of crap.
That's what she said.
We can advance to the playoffs and you still get the stats, right? That's the end of the season we'd have to wait on? Okay.
Yes.
So I want to see if it's 12:50 Eastern here. My alarm goes off at 5. I really should go to bed, but just as long as there's no roster moves for the 8.
Why are you getting up at 5? Got work?
You gotta work. You gotta work every other day for the next week.
Every
it's
other
a weird
day.
Yeah, it's a weird schedule.
You are weird.
It is, but I took Sunday off because of the Christmas parade here in town. I took Tuesday off for a doctor's appointment, and then I'm off Thursday.
God damn it!
I almost fell for the hand. Whoa, let's see. He's only got a bruised shoulder. He'll be back.
Fucking game, man. I cannot wait to be out of here. So when I say take off the goddamn auto juke, you take off the goddamn auto juke. I mean, he was only...
Phantom, I'm shutting down the website here, so you'll have to update it, the spreadsheet. I'm shutting my computer down.
Shutting down the website.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to get through the offense, and that's it for the Texans.
If I get a chance, I'll start working on what was left. Oh, the Texans and Rams, and then 2 teams that aren't playing. So I'll work on the next 4 o'clock game, I guess.
Redskins.
Steelers.
Yeah, Redskins are playing the Steelers. Are the Steelers done?
No. Oh! I've done the Giants and the...
I thought you were going to pick that off on the fucking pit.
I tried.
Okay.
I tried.
On the Oilers. I've done 3 of his teams so far.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey, we understand with you. We've had a lot going on.
Oh, that was an ugly hit. Merlin Olsen's 5th sack.
Oh no!
5th sack of the game.
That's his 5th sack of the game. Yeah.
Man, how far behind Gino Marchetti is he?
He was only 1 behind my guy, so he was 6 behind.
Marchetti had 1 in the game.
I didn't think it would be possible to catch you.
Yeah.
But we knew the Rams would do this to the 2nd best team in the NFC.
Well, the Packers did it, but then again, it's the Packers. The big thing there was interceptions. I had 4 on him. Didn't have a lot of sacks, I don't think. Oh, well, I had 5, but it was her badly.
This shit's getting ridiculous.
Well, the one person who hasn't had a sack is Deacon Jones. I can't get him close.
We got so many people blocking him that nobody's blocking.
No, it's been one-on-one. That's kind of why Merlin Olsen's gone off. It's.
Oh, so another reason that Madden 20 will be exciting is you can call double teams. So if you're playing Deacon Jones, you can have two linemen double team him on any particular play. Yes. So that's pretty awesome.
I had to do that against Cameron Jordan the other night when his red X was on fire against me.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, if the X factors go up, or I am sure that Deacon Jones has one.
Yeah,
but some of the other guys, they go up, at least you can double team.
The exhibition game that John and I played back in August, he got Saquon Barkley's red X going first, and I couldn't stop him. Then all of a sudden I tackled him once, and it was done. And Andrew Luck caught fire, and it brought me back into the game. Do you know on this date in well, not this date anymore, we're past midnight, but on yesterday's date, 1972, Atari released Pong?
What year?
1972. November 29th.
The original Med.
Yes.
No, I'm sorry. I was talking about I'm talking about my return options. They were all one direction. It's like,
oh yeah,
I know where he's going.
Strip that fucking ball.
I do have the protect the ball on, so.
I lost everybody. Oh, there you guys are.
Even if I get 2-point conversions from here on out, I still can't win if I score those. Can't even tie it.
No, you're down by 17. You gotta score thrice.
God damn, somebody on this offensive line fucking block. Jesus Christ. It's just been, haven't been able to run the ball. Of course, you haven't let me run this entire 3-game series.
Yeah. That's been the only consistent thing I've had. Come on, Webb. Fucking, yeah, never mind that shit.
Ouch.
Hit him with a fucking club. I saw it. I tried to fall back into coverage and it didn't go.
Well, normally I don't like calling that play, but
it worked.
I don't want your goddamn suggestions anymore. I've been running them too much.
So, John, you're off for the wild cards. You don't have a team in the game.
All right.
Phantom's got a himself versus himself.
Yep.
Oh, you got another. Who's hurt?
Yeah. No. Watch it be Sam Huff who just dropped into coverage.
No, Huff's standing there. He's standing walking around.
Yeah, he's not on the field.
Did you pick a formation where he comes out?
Yeah, he should have been fucking right in the middle of the, or right outside line, well, left outside linebacker.
Sam Huff, Bruce Stern will not return for this game.
Oh boy.
Don't know how he got Bruce Sternum because he didn't touch nobody.
He was walking around in the huddle, in the scenes between the plays.
Oh, that doesn't mean anything.
No, evidently not.
We remember when Lane was hurt, he kept coming out to lead his team.
Listen,
That's
remember,
true.
Tittle had a fucking broken foot and came back.
Yeah, Bobby Lane wasn't even starting, but yeah, he'd lead the team out every week. In full uniform.
12 of 26, and I've had so many drops. 12 of 20 fucking 6.
I don't even want to know what Tittle's fucking stats are.
Well, when the schedule
for
came out
fuck's
back
sake.
in July, who'd have thought this would happen?
I gotta get a new fucking... New controller, because the X button just isn't working on my kicks. That's number 6 for Merlin Olsen.
Oh, no.
Insane.
Ooh, is he going to do it?
Who,
Go all the way back and take Marchetti's record over?
what's Marquette's record?
Well, I think I'm one ahead of him now. Phantom thinks I was 6 ahead of him going in the game, but I got
Fucking
one.
Come on! 17 of 39.
A lot of yardage.
That's because he has to take deep shots.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow, okay.
Well, the Buccaneers and Falcons are tied at 20.
Oh.
He was wide open, and then he come across the fucking field and get it.
Former Giant Lyndon Grow.
Well, the Rams are building for 64, apparently.
I was trying to get to Merlin Olsen so I can beat Vinny Sack, but
Basically, you want to do to me what was done to you in 61 with the rushing title.
yes. Oh, shit. Well, that's not going to happen.
Oh, wow.
Now I don't feel bad about running that interception back for a touchdown.
Jesus, he missed it. Oh, you fucker.
My last time out, too. Oh, good Lord.
Oh,
I was hoping you came out in onside kick formation.
No,
That
no,
would've
no.
been perfect.
I wait until,
It tells you what it's doing.
yeah, I learned my lesson.
we're all about education here.
Well, Vinny, it looks like Marchetti's safe with the kickoff return for a touchdown, and I got the ball back on the... And I'm going to kneel the ball.
Punt.
Punt.
No, I'll just wait until one of my
Better
teams
yet,
knock
run
Vinny out of the...
backwards and pitch it. Left the 2 button. L2.
I'll wait till my teams knock Vinny out of the playoffs. That'll be justification enough.
Well, Colts and Raiders.
I'll try.
Duel in the dust.
The only game that trash talking can exist, so we might as well hear it.
Yeah, right?
The other 3 are all Sims.
Yeah. No control in 3 of the 4 wild cards. Apparently we got at least one rooting for the Saints.
Who's rooting for the Saints?
Phantom.
Yep.
Of course.
I don't want the Vikings advancing. they're the team that screwed up my perfect season.
They're the one in 15-1.
Yeah, well, you're the one in my 15-1, so you don't mind if I'm cheering against you.
Yeah, well, I almost didn't make it to the playoffs either.
I know. I watched earlier today.
At least I lost my running back and defensive tackle, so that's going to be fun.
Here, I thought at best I could go 1-2, and I go 3-0.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, here's hoping, John, that your Giants kick butt for at least 2 more games.
Yeah, hopefully.
But that's it. After that, then they're done.
Yeah, right.
I want all you guys to have
They need to
success
buy
for
week
at
to
most
recover.
2 games.
Okay, I'm back in the franchise. Let me know because I'm not watching anymore when I can hit advance.
Well, I'm ending the broadcast. Thanks for watching the final game of the 1963 Sack to the Future. And the final game in the Sack to the Future of the 2018 Madden Football. So, goodbye and fuck off. Bye.